I stared at the gift box on the table, its silver ribbon catching the dim light of our dining room. Our 10th wedding anniversary. I should have felt something: joy, nostalgia, even relief. But all I felt was dread. "Open it," my wife said, leaning back in her chair, arms crossed. There was something in her eyes: amusement, maybe? No. Satisfaction. I swallowed the lump in my throat, peeled away the ribbon, and lifted the lid. Inside was a thick stack of papers. Legal. Official. Divorce papers. I exhaled sharply. My fingers traced the printed words, the sharp ink slicing through years of shared laughter, whispered promises, and slow-growing resentment. "It's done," she said, her voice cold, detached. "I already signed." I looked up at her, searching for something: regret, hesitation, even guilt. But she just smirked, waiting. Waiting for me to break. I didn't. Instead, I reached for the pen. Signed. My name looked strange beside hers, like it didn't belong there anymore. Maybe it never had. I pushed the papers toward her. Met her gaze. "That's your gift back." Her smirk faltered. Just for a second. Then I stood, grabbed my phone, and walked away. It was time to leave. 10 years. 10 years of trying. I wasn't perfect, but God knows I tried. Tried to keep our love alive. Tried to be enough. Tried to fix things that were already broken before we even said "I do." But love shouldn't feel like walking on glass. Like counting breaths before speaking, measuring words like they might explode. Somewhere along the way, she stopped seeing me as her partner. I became a fixture. A piece of furniture in the life she curated for herself. The distance between us grew: silent dinners, empty conversations, a bed that felt too large even when we lay side by side. I saw the signs. The late-night texts. The sudden need for privacy. The way she started looking at me like I was an inconvenience instead of a choice. And yet, I stayed. Because I loved her. Because I was afraid of what came after. Because I thought maybe, just maybe, she'd look at me the way she used to. She never did. And now, with her signature on that paper, she'd made sure she never would. The night air was crisp as I stepped onto the balcony, phone clenched in my hand. My fingers hovered over the screen before I finally pressed call. "Yeah?" A deep voice answered. "It's done," I said, my own voice foreign to me. Detached. Steady. A pause. Then, "You sure?" I looked back inside. She was sipping wine now, scrolling through her phone like this was any other night. Like she hadn't just torched a decade of marriage and walked away without looking back. "I'm sure," I said. Another pause. Then, quietly, "All right. We'll take care of the rest." I hung up. Exhaled. It was over. No, not just over. It was mine again. My life. My future. My choice. And I wasn't looking back. When I walked back inside, she didn't even glance up. "Are you moving out tonight, or do you need a few days?" she asked, scrolling mindlessly. I let the silence hang. Let her get comfortable in her assumption that she had the upper hand. Then, finally, "You should pack instead." That got her attention. Her head snapped up, brow furrowed. "What?" I stepped closer, voice even. "This place? It's mine. Has been from the start. My name's on the deed. Yours isn't." The smirk disappeared. "You're lying." I shrugged. "Check the papers." She did. And I watched as her face drained of color, fingers tightening around the edges of the document like she could will the words to change. "You." I cut her off. "I let you stay because I loved you. Because I wanted this to work. But now? I exhaled, slow and deliberate. Now, you're just a guest. And it's time for you to go. She opened her mouth. Closed it. Then, you can't just kick me out. I leaned against the counter, arms crossed. Funny. That's exactly what you tried to do to me. She sputtered, reaching for anger like it would save her. I gave you everything. I laughed. A short, bitter sound. You gave me leftovers. Scraps. Whatever you hadn't already given to someone else. Her eyes widened, just a flicker. I saw it then, the guilt she tried so hard to bury. The truth I'd known for months but never confronted. You knew? She whispered. I tilted my head. You weren't exactly careful. Silence stretched between us, thick and suffocating. Then she scoffed, shaking her head. So this is revenge? No, I said simply. This is me finally putting myself first. I walked past her, grabbed my keys, and held the door open. Leave. She hesitated, looking for something in my face. Some weakness. Some way to manipulate me back into submission. She didn't find it. With one last glare, she grabbed her purse and stormed out. I didn't watch her go. I didn't need to. The house was quiet now. Not empty. Just quiet. For the first time in years, I could breathe. I poured myself a drink, sat on the couch, and let the weight of it all settle. The pain. The loss. The liberation. I wasn't broken. I wasn't ruined. I was just free. And for the first time in a long time, I smiled.